What is up, everybody? Dr. Vibe here. I'm here, but I can't be seen, having some technical difficulties camera-wise. But the show, we want to make the show go on, so you won't be able to see me, but you'll be able to hear my voice today. And I am the co-host of the Morning Vibe. But other than that, I am the two-time Canadian Ethnic Media Association Award winner, 2020 Best Podcast News Podcast, 2018 Innovation Award winner, and I host the only online show in the world for fathers and dads that is sponsored by Dove Men Care. It's also co-sponsored by Dad Central Canada's National Fatherhood Organization, and I am the board chair for the Global Food and Drink Initiative, which is a multimedia not-for-profit that showcases Blacks in the diaspora that are doing their thing in food, wine, and travel. Mr. Knight, good morning.
Good morning. Always good to hear you / see you.
I guess this is my curse for me not being with you in Scarborough. You coming on my turf. Go on.
Hey, and you should have been there. We should have been actually doing the Morning Vibe live from.
You didn't ask me. You're the media star.
I was just listen.
No, you're the media star. You're the media star. I just tag along.
Yes, we are going to touch into where Dr. Vibe should have been this weekend. But for those that don't know me, my name is Ryan Knight. I'm one of the co-founders of the Afro-Caribbean Business Network. We work with entrepreneurs of African and Caribbean heritage to really support where they're at today and help them create a blueprint to scale their companies and get them investment ready and access to capital. I'm also one of the partners, facilitators of Empowered for X. We're actually here in the Brampton co-working space. Maybe later I'll give a quick tour, but if you do need assistance with your business and you're more of a social enterprise and have a great impact in the community, we want to be able to support you with our boot camps and our accelerator. And even for myself, I run my own company called Detail Ignites, a waterless mobile car cleaning company that teaches youth in our community how to start their own businesses using a micro franchise of Detail Ignite. So the car cleaning service, they learn to run it. And like I mentioned, those three aspects of what I do, I felt like this weekend was the personification of supporting Black business owners. Black Owned Toronto had launched their new store that's in Scarborough Town Center. I love the concept, but yeah. So what were you up to on Sunday that you were not there to patron and purchase?
Sunday or Saturday?
Was it Saturday? Saturday. Sorry, what am I saying? Saturday.
Hold on. You're calling me out and you don't even know what day of the week it is? No wonder we have the special guest we do have today. No wonder that person has to keep you in check in many areas.
And it's better for them to talk about the actual launch because they are one of the vendors in the store. I am not, so that's where we wanted to bring on one of the vendors, and maybe we'll get some more vendors on later in the month as well. But today we do have a special guest, Cherriton Knight. She goes by Cher, but she is the owner of Ebony Occasions, an Afrocentric greeting card company, and one of the vendors at the Black-owned Toronto store in Scarborough Town Center. Welcome, Cherriton.
Thank you. Good morning, Dr. Vibe. Good morning, Ryan.
Good morning, Cher. How are you this morning?
I'm very well, thank you. And yourself?
I am blessed, highly favored, a magnet for miracles and a solution for someone's problem, and Blackalicious.
Awesome. I love
Good
it.
to know. Yes.
Absolutely. So, well, let's find out about Ebony Occasions first, because we'll get to Black Owned Toronto. Hopefully, they'll get on the program. They've been on every other major media outlet. Maybe they'll take time, if Ryan will let us, to have them on here. So, Ebony Occasions. What's Ebony Occasions all about?
Yeah, so Ebony Occasions, as Ryan had mentioned, we are a Afrocentric greeting card company. So what does that mean? That actually means that we provide greeting cards for all the special occasions for our culture. So just to give you an example, the birthday card, for example, you know what, like sometimes it's so challenging trying to find cards with people who look like us. The company was actually born out of the frustration that I felt trying to find a wedding card. Sorry, for my girlfriend. She was getting married. It was a destination wedding. I couldn't go. It was in Barbados, and she had a wedding shower. And I was like, "Wow, I'm a card."
Your audio is not. It's crackling. I don't know what's not 100%.
Oh.
Oh, that's better. Yeah, for
better?
The last 45 seconds, it wasn't the greatest on my end. Okay, try again.
I'm sorry.
Okay, that's better.
Sure. Go ahead. Yes. So Ebony Occasions, it was born out of the frustration that I felt trying to find cards with people who look like us. The example I always use is my girlfriend was getting married. It was a destination wedding in Barbados. And I'm a card person. I love giving cards. I love receiving cards. I keep my cards. So I wanted to get them a special card, and I couldn't find a card that represented them. I went to multiple stores. I found a beautiful card with a couple at the altar. It would have been perfect, but the couple was a Caucasian couple. And I was thinking, like, how do I present this card to my friends? And I had the idea in my mind for like a few years. And, you know, life gets in the way. So I was just thinking, you know what, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to create my own company and I'm going to do this. In the US, they have these cards, but in Canada, it's just really, really a challenge to get them. So that's how I started the company.
And I'm curious because you are a woman that wears many hats, registered nurse, so working full time, also with 2 kids, and supporting your husband. But
a loving husband, I hope. A loving husband, please.
Oh, loving and supportive.
Okay,
and
I just wanted to make
inspired husband.
Thank you.
But you carry a lot, and so I'm curious, what has it been now starting your own business and really the journey so far?
Yeah, for everyone, like, hey, I know everybody's been struggling with the pandemic. When I thought of starting the company back in February, of 2020, I envisioned going to like trade shows and all that kind of stuff, kind of like a hobby at first. And then COVID hit as soon as I registered the business. There was the pandemic.
Wow.
So it kind of just turned everything upside down. I guess for everyone. So yeah, so that is obviously something that I didn't anticipate. And then the online learning, I'm off on every Monday and Tuesday. So those are going to be my dedicated days to work on the business. But then with online school, there is no time off. So I had to factor that into everything. Yeah.
I want to zero in because one of the areas I hear a lot about, especially over the last 14 months, is the challenges of Black women having their own business. And, you know, Ryan has laid out that you've got quite a lot going on. What are some of the challenges and from your aspect that Black women have being entrepreneurs at this time?
Wow. That's a great question. I'm a baby entrepreneur, so I don't want to really speak for all of the prominent entrepreneurs. There are so many amazing Black women entrepreneurs, might I add. But yeah, there are those barriers, you know. I was even talking to Ryan, just simple things like marketing, like going on lives, doing those kinds of things. Like there's a process, like, you know, you got to make yourself presentable. So you're busy, but you gotta, like, you know, there's that whole like aspect of aesthetics and how things look, right? And optics. So always being on point, so to say, well put together, holding it down with your family, your kids, your career. So those can be barriers. And then those tropes that they have, like the angry Black woman. So if you're a little bit assertive, or, you're strong, you're well educated, you're confident, then it becomes like, one of those tropes, like, oh, she's the angry Black woman, you just can't be assertive and educated, so like trying to overcome those barriers, that can be a challenge.
And as you mentioned, there's so many strong Black women that are now entrepreneurs. And I feel like the store really embodied that. Like there were so many vendors there, people that we may have met like in passing at different events, but now you can find them all in one place. And I do believe it's a good percentage of women entrepreneurs with products in the store. So tell us a bit about your experience being at the grand opening. And now, I don't know, like if you want to talk a bit about, I think you know more than me about how the store operates. So yeah, I would love to hear more.
Yeah, so Karen John, I can't say enough about her, an amazing young entrepreneur, and she's just awe-inspiring. She came up with this vision. She has a Black-owned business directory. She actually has the Black-owned Toronto website. So her vision was to launch this store. And of course, like everyone else, she wasn't anticipating this pandemic, which kind of created some stumbling blocks. But I mean, she was able to overcome it. She put the call out on social media to vendors if they wanted to purchase shelf space in her store. So yeah, it was met with overwhelming response. We were trying to launch 1st of June, but as we all know, we were still in lockdown mode at that time. And then when they started the reopening phases, there was another barrier because her store wasn't facing outside. So she was still not able to open. But finally, this past Saturday, she was able to open the store, the brick and mortar store. She did a soft launch of the online store, and then the brick and mortar store opened, and the energy was just amazing. It was palpable. There were so many vendors, so many members of the community that came out. The lineup was crazy. You remember, Ryan, the lineup wrapped all around. Like there was so much love and so much support. There were a few hiccups and then along the way, but all the customers remained patient, supportive, tons of vendors. I don't know if you want me to talk about like some of the awesome purchases that we made.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, like all these vendors, for example, a gentleman by the name of Andre and his son, Anthony Marcel, they wrote a book called Ryan Lion.
Which I love the name, by the way.
No comment.
It's an amazing children's book. Like, look at this, an 8-year-old writing a book and getting it published with his dad. It's just amazing. So we were sure to get our copy of that. Then Kim West.
Hold on. Did you buy the book because it's a good book to support it? Did you buy it because someone's name was on it?
Right. Hey, listen, we didn't read the book, buy it first. We supported knowing that the book would be awesome regardless. Maybe because it was called Ryan's Lion. Marketing, man. They knew who to target their marketing to.
Just speak your truth. Okay, go ahead.
And the vendors were actually there, so that was really awesome.
Yeah.
And then Kim West, who's an amazing entrepreneur. She was just on the news yesterday, actually. Her company, Kids Swag Co., they have a whole bunch of a wide variety of products, from swimming caps for Black girls, Black children, to puzzles, educational toys, and items. So this is a puzzle. It's actually Jamaica, and it's broken down into all the different parishes. And there's also a component of the history. When you flip it over, it talks about everything about Jamaica, the coat of arms, the capital. So it's a learning experience. My son loves putting puzzles together. And so we put this puzzle together. It took us about maybe like an hour. And that along the way, we were just learning about culture, right? So that was amazing. I had to shout her out. And then lovely ladies from Cube Style. They do body butters. Yeah, and self-care products. This Colada body butter is just amazing. It's got shea butter, almond oil, aspen bark extract, pineapple, and coconut oil, and it's just like a dream. So we actually got 2 jars to support them. And then Unforgivingly Pure. They're also a self-care product, and self-care product company. And they actually put some samples in the swag bag. So they've got some products that I really want to check out.
Yeah, and I remember them. They've been at different pop-up events, and I got my Father's Day hand massage, so I got to say thank you again to them. But now with the store, and I know we're going to break shortly, but just before we go to break, I guess after we come back, I wanted to ask you more about, you're seeing the store now open, you're seeing entrepreneurs, and especially women entrepreneurs in one place. Where do you feel like this could go? Like, what type of vision do you see for this type of store and being able to support that talk that and you hear me all the time talking about the Black community needs to collaborate, we need to work together more, we need to support and buy Black. So where do you envision this this concept of a store that all of us could share in going in the future?
Yeah, I feel like it could go really far, because even in the lineup, just listening to the general public talking about like the excitement and like saying, we need this in our community. So we need this in Brampton. Yes. We need this in Mississauga. We need this in Etobicoke. So I totally see them franchising and creating different stores in different areas of the GTA. And then, hey, even across Canada, right? Like, why not expand it? It's a huge problem in the other provinces. I've spoken to customers who've actually ordered cards from me from like Alberta, saying that like it's really hard finding Afrocentric products. So I mean, something like that for them would just be amazing.
True.
Well, what we'll do is we'll go to break. I have some interesting questions about all of this. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back on the Morning Vibe with Cher and Ryan and Dr. Vibe, who's here in voice. I'm not Darth Vader, by the way. And we'll be back in just a moment. So keep it locked on the Morning Vibe. Here we go.
Hi, my name is Ryan Oneil Knight, the founder of Detailing Nights and one of the founding members of ACBN Canada. Our vision is to help unite and educate Afrocentric entrepreneurs so they can grow their businesses in a successful and sustainable way. We're helping businesses increase their sales and operations by providing networking, training, and consulting. So as a business owner myself, I found it difficult to find like-minded individuals, especially in my own community, that were doing things on a regular basis to help our businesses grow. ACBN Canada is that solution. We've created this community to surround your business with support to help you increase your sales and your profits. With expert workshops and masterminds to help keep you accountable, come and join us and really get to the next level.
Okay, we are back on the Morning Vibe, live on July 12th, and we're blessed to have Cher Knight and some individual media star named Ryan Knight on the conversation. We're talking about Black entrepreneurship, the store opening of the Black-owned Toronto store in Scarborough Town Center this past Saturday. A question for both of you. I saw some clips. What percentage of the customers were men versus women?
That's a good question. I'd have to check the tape. I felt like it was mixed. It wasn't, I wouldn't say 50-50. Actually,
yeah, I'd say probably about 25% men.
Okay.
You know, because a lot of families came. So that was good to see. It wasn't just like the one-off shoppers. I saw people like coming together as a group. So that was good to see.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely leaning to more female. Yeah.
So Cher and Ryan, the future of Black entrepreneurship, will it be I guess as we stand right now, is the future of Black entrepreneurship in this Canada basically in the hands of women?
Oh, I'll let Cherriton start first.
Oh, that was really nice. Nice pass off.
Yeah, you know what? I feel like we're seeing the rise just because just like in society as a whole, as people start to learn, as people start to become more educated, more accepting of the reality that women are capable, we are intelligent, like we are able to run businesses. I think that's why we're seeing more of a surge, and the opportunity is opening up more for women, for due to all the trailblazers who have helped blaze the trail before us. I think that's why, because before it was so difficult for women. They were at home, they were homemakers, they weren't out in the workforce. So there's a lot that's changed. So having a lot of women were like helping run the finances in the household in the background, but nobody really ever talked about it. But now women are coming to the forefront and showing that they have this entrepreneurial spirit and that they're able to do this. So I think that's why it seems like it's just a surge. But yeah, I think it should be equal. Everyone should be equally. There should be equal opportunity for everyone, based on everyone gender wise, race wise, everything wise. We should all have an equal opportunity if we have the skills to do it and be able to go out and do it.
And I feel like that's an important piece, because a lot of times when we talk about like Black versus white or Asian or different cultures, we always go at it as the Black community needs an extra something, like we need our own thing, where a lot of times we just want the ability to compete. Like we want to be on equal footing, and a lot of times we haven't been. We've been pushed down. And I feel like the same for women. Women have traditionally been pushed down and oppressed by men. And so when they get equal footing, you see them blossom, you see them flourish. And even with ACBN, we're seeing, I think it's close to 70% of our member base are women entrepreneurs. And it's not because we had a specific woman program. It's just when you open it up and create equality, like you're saying, women want to be in the space and they want to start their businesses. And when they get the right support, they're able to grow. And that's where I felt this store personified that. It's a place that was open to everyone. It wasn't just a woman-only store or a men-only store, but there were a lot of women waiting for this opportunity, and they jumped on it, and now they're able to expand their businesses. And again, they get to keep that online and have a physical presence. And what I love about the concept is a lot of entrepreneurs don't need a full store, but being able to have a presence in a mall that has good foot traffic. And I mean, hey, COVID is slowly receding. We're hoping that the vaccinations are now bringing down the numbers, and it's some semblance of the new order of the world is going to be coming out. But people were in the mall. The mall was packed. So people are ready to get back and touch, feel, see each other in person. And so having that foot traffic in a mall is great for an entrepreneur. And now they have the best of both worlds. We have the online space, which most of the entrepreneurs already sell online. And now they have a physical place that they can tell people. And I was talking to somebody yesterday about this, Cube Style, being able to say, go to Scarborough Town Center, check out Black Owned Toronto, the store, pick up the jar, smell it, like actually use your senses to see which one you want, which flavor you want. That is not something you can get online. You can't smell. I mean, maybe they'll figure out a way, but being able to touch and feel and smell things before you buy is such a big piece of the selling process. And so that's something that they were missing before. And now with Karen's help and Black Owned Toronto, they're able to execute that.
Interesting. I have more questions, but I'm going to keep quiet in regards to it. So where do you feel the biggest opportunities for Black-owned Toronto are? Where do you feel, what do you feel is the next step that you can take an opportunity with after you enjoy the grand open event, which is great, but now we're back to day-to-day grind. It's always good to have that celebration, but I always say, okay, what do you do to keep the moment? What do you do to keep the momentum going?
Yeah, for me, yeah.
And Ryan too, but you first.
Yeah, to keep the momentum going, they do have that directory. So I feel like there is a vision to start branching out to different areas. And they did also have a space where they were offering assistance with headshots, so things that entrepreneurs need. So I know that they are really good at helping to meet the needs of entrepreneurs. So I think that they are probably going to expand on that in other ways, maybe have some other community spaces that are for entrepreneurs. I don't really know what their actual intentions or plans are, but I could see it probably going in that direction because they are just so much for the community. Like, it's just amazing. The directory, the studio, like just all the assistance that they were providing was just awesome.
And so what would your message to the Black community be? So we see the store, it exists. What should people know? And if you were to call out the Black community and give them marching orders, what would you want to say?
Yeah, like, you know what, you got to come out and you got to support. And then also just like media, I think getting like a media release out. We need to get the media involved at these events. Like, there was only one media outlet. I feel like so many more media outlets could have been. I did make some posts and try to tag some of the media, like even the online media, to see if it would get somewhere. But yeah, like it was a historic event. It was a milestone for our community. And it was like maybe a 10-second snippet on CP24. So I was like, yeah, we got to get the
share. Mm-hmm. You know, you have insights to the owner, right?
True.
You're on a Black media outlet.
Yeah.
Tell her.
True.
Hey, we'll send out that request for sure.
Yeah, tell her.
Yeah, that is true.
Tell her. So, you know, there are, and again, I don't know what their workings are, and I did see them on lots of major media. I would just question, hey, did they reach out to outlets like this one and other ones out there?
Okay.
And I know it's important to get on the major media. Great, but I think it'll be a lot easier for them to come on platforms like this and others like mine on a regular basis than getting that one big media splash. Because once you get that one big media splash, unless they open up another location, they're not probably going to get any much coverage on the major media again.
Okay.
Right.
So I'm not saying, I'm just saying.
Okay. That's fair. Yeah.
That consistency and what Christopher Lawrence had posted as well, where it's like market, advertise, and promote, it definitely has to be consistent. And so making sure that, hey, Christopher Lawrence is in the marketing field, maybe reach out and say, listen, we saw that you guys launched. I would love to know what we can do to support other entities in the Black business community that have skills.
We're all open for sponsorship on this platform. We have a worldwide audience, credibility.
Yeah. And I think because now their doors are officially open too, it'll be also good for the other members of the media to also go into the store and chat with her. She's so friendly. She's so open. I mean, yeah, like that communication does definitely need to take place. That is one thing 100% for sure.
It's a two-way street, though, I will say, because she's got a lot on her plate, and media places like us, we have a lot on our plate also. So I don't know the process and the operation. If she has a person's doing marketing / PR, I didn't know about it. I didn't know about it till the media maven up in the corner there was broadcasting.
Okay.
Yes. Well, and that's where that Black community blast, like the mainstream media can't do it, but
they won't do it.
They won't. Yeah. So us putting together,
they won't. The only time they blast is
when
they can, blast.
But they can, but they don't. So they have the
when there's a blast. What I mean is where something extreme happens.
That's what I was gonna say. Let there be a shooting, and it's on every news outlet out there. So if this had gone sideways, if there had been a fight that broke out or something negative that had happened, it would have been everywhere, which is so sad. Really.
And that's where I love, because I know the entire mall internet went down. So that's something out of your control. But everybody that was
kidding?
This is what we're dealing with, right? And them being able
Black on Toronto crashed the system. Yeah.
And seeing so many Black people in front of one store caused people to be like, oh, what's going on over there? But all that to say, there was no incident. And that to me is the norm, should be the norm of when we gather and we're patronizing our businesses. It would have been so easy for City CTV, if something happened, like Cher was saying, to jump all over that. And that would have been the headline, you know, but because all of us were, hey, giving them space, giving them grace to, they pushed back the opening. They're able to get it done. As soon as it opened, the line moved really quickly. I felt that type of composure says a lot about Karen and her team, the Black-owned Toronto team, to say persistence. And we were there to support. I feel like everybody understood that and nobody got ignorant. It was just a great time to support business and patronize. And now, like Dr. Vibe, you were saying, let's keep that momentum. Let's not make it just one big splash, but have that as a destination when we want to get certain products before we go anywhere else. And then if we add more elements and more products, we'll be able to keep that dollar in the Black community multiple times instead of I think it's 12 seconds that it goes through our community right now. So we definitely have to increase that.
So Christopher is saying we cannot waste this profound opportunity to propel more success. And also there are ways to create more of a buzz.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I think that's coming too, because I think there was a bit of a balance wherein I don't think they wanted it to be chaotic as well. They kind of wanted to, because imagine if tons of people, and then the internet went down and there was delays, like I think it would have really been too much. So maybe now that they are open, slowly they'll be doing more media. I would see that.
And so just before
you have the inroads to the top, so I'm just gonna leave it in your lap.
I wish.
Oh, you and Ryan have the inroads to the top, so I'm just going to leave it at that.
Yes. But before we wrapped up, I wanted to ask you, Cher, what do you do for yourself? So this weekend, I feel like it was a big splash. It could be stressful. And then how do you take care of yourself? And even before, we were talking about all the hats that you wear. So what helps you relax and decompress?
That is a great question, but there is no relaxation.
Well, we got to change. Okay.
Maybe now, but during the pandemic with online school, working in the hospital, doing shift work, there was like no relaxation. But now that school is over, it's summertime. Now is the time to relax a little bit. Now that the launch is over.
Yes.
Cool. Yeah. Thanks for taking time out of your positive, productive schedule on one of your 2 days off. And I can relate. My mother was a nurse for many years, so I know what that is like. I grew up in a mother nurse home, so I fully get it. If people want to find out more information about Ebony Occasions, where do they go?
To our website, www.ebonyoccasions.com. We do have an e-commerce store, and check us out. And once a nurse, always a nurse.
True. Agreed. Well, look, thank you so much. We'll love to have you back if and when you have the time. And remember to give yourself grace.
Yes, I will do that. Thank you so much for having me on the show and for this amazing opportunity.
It's not me, it's pleasure. Ryan. Thank Ryan for a long Ryan show. He probably sabotaged my internet today so I can only be heard. So
It says Dr. Vibe there.
I'm there. This is true. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, Mr. Knight, you did it. You did it again.
Hey, and like you said, definitely going to do a reach out to Karen, see if she's able to come on. Would love to learn more about her story and get the background of and where they want to go with it.
Either come on the Morning Vibe or she can come on Black Canada Talking.
Yes.
Black Canada
send out that request.
A countrywide audience. Well, I'm not saying that this, but certainly could have her specifically come on Black Canada Talking in regards to that. What is up for the rest of the week?
Good question. What is happening? We're talking a lot about the affordable housing. So CMHC, we've gone through different workshops that they did with us to learn about the different programs they have to build affordable housing. So this week is going to be a lot of writing and applications because people in our community that own land and want to build, we are helping them to get those applications in to start getting them some funding. So that's always exciting to see how we can increase revenue in the Black community. And again, reaching out to entrepreneurs like Karen to say, how can we support what you're already doing? And we have a platform, like you're saying right here, or even with Black Canada Talking, to amplify the message and keep it consistent. So making sure I send out those emails. And then I think Friday and Sunday took off. We're going to go drive up somewhere and find a beach. So looking forward to that.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad to see that you're progressing on taking some time off for yourself and your family.
Hey, work in progress.
That is a good thing.
Yeah. So how's your week looking?
Interesting. I have a very important meeting tomorrow with a brand that could lead to a very big partnership.
Excellent. Okay, good luck with
collaboration.
that.
So that's going down, and I have to host an event on Wednesday for service organizations to support fathers about healthy nutrition.
Mm-hmm.
Some other things in between that, but tomorrow morning I have a meeting which is going to be very pivotal in regards to the next few weeks of my journey and of my life. So it's going to be very interesting. I'd like to say thank you as always to Christopher Lawrence, who is always here. And I thought I did it last time. I'm going to see if I can end each one of these conversations with a little bit of a word. So just bear with me a moment. I'm just going to say a few words here. So this is how to think about money. So there, just listen out, and hopefully this sticks if you're watching this live or on the replay. There can be virtue in frugality, but frugality and diligence with money can also be a vice. It makes finances loom large in our lives, makes us throw good time after bad. After all, it's not enough just to earn money. Then we have to manage it and make it grow. We can come to identify with the fruits of our labor and our success, which makes it hard to spend or even unnecessary things. Hard to be generous, hard to share. Money isn't rare. There is nothing more precious about precious stones. It is all incredibly common. Most of the people who have it are not impressive. Most of the fortunes are, in fact, the opposite of great. The way to think about money is as a tool. And what did the Stoics use their tools for? To do good, to get better, to make the world better. We can do the same. So on that word today, we are finished the morning vibe for today. Oh, Christopher Lawrence, Dr. Vibe ebook coming soon. That's an interesting idea. I've flirted in the past. People have pushed me wanting to do an ebook, and it's not on the priority list, but certainly I will certainly think about it if you're pushing my mind in that direction. As always, live your life as a dream. If you can dream it, you can make it. Sometimes you have to get smaller, get stronger. Block assumptions, then aim bigger, aim better, aim higher, aim wider. Love, faith, and respect. And remember to give yourself grace. And we will catch you on Friday on the morning vibe. God bless. Peace be well. Keep the faith and walk good.